when we return on News Talk 770. Okay. Oh, I think you've got it. Thank you. Now I understand. Mentioning abortion and climate change is a way of baiting the right. Can we place bets to see how long the Conservatives say something stupid? So going back to what Bev asked earlier, why is it that the Conservatives were whipped on this particular motion, that in the opinion of the House, climate change is a global problem that requires a global solution, and that despite the withdrawal of the United States from Paris Agreement, Canada remained committed to the implementation of the agreement as it is in the best interest of all Canadians? I think this listener gets it. Is that they're putting that in there exactly for that reason, to bait the Conservatives. And in this case, I know some of you are mad about it, but they didn't rise to the occasion. They understand that these motions are meaningless. They can't do anything about it anyway. And rather than distract attention away and start getting into this discussion about whether or not there are deniers within the caucus, they said, let's just move on. So that's how I interpret it. And I think you're absolutely right that there was definitely some baiting in here. I love this one as well. Effective immediately. No government officials will fly on planes, said no environmentalist ever. So there is some hypocrisy. Let me just tell you, after all of that, right? So they do this massive build-up, talk about the multilateral institutions, how important climate change is, existential crisis, where Canada's role is in saving the planet. And then they actually have, in their defense policy, a statement about greenhouse gas emissions. Listen to this. They're going to meet the federal target to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Keep in mind, this is in the policy document that was released today by Harjit Sajjan. So I was going through talking about all of the different procurement that they're going to do, way in which they're going to shore up Veterans Affairs. And this is what they say about greenhouse gases. Meet the federal targets to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 40% from 2005 levels by 2030, excluding military fleets. Oh, isn't that just rich? Like, the whole thing is framed around climate change. They set up this bomb to try to have it blow up in the faces of the Conservatives. And then even in their own military policy, they say, yes, we're affirming we're meeting this target, but we realize we can't get there if we have to build all of these jets and refit these submarines and expand our fleets. You see, guys, I just find this all so very amusing that the world is going crazy over this issue, and yet no one wants to take the hard decisions to actually achieve the targets that are printed on the pages of the climate change accord called Paris, right? That, to me, is why I just say thank you. At least Donald Trump is calling out the hypocrisy on that, and he's the only one. But don't you worry, he is the only one. Because the other part, you have the Conservatives who, for, I think, good political reasons, chose not to take the bait. But